delivery. You know Chris Taylor's got a hurt neck. Okay.
He's carrying it like this.
Remember when you had a sleep injury?
Ooh, God, do I ever.
Okay, so maybe this is Chris
This
Taylor.
was a sleep injury too, I think.
See?
Maybe it's our bed.
Maybe.
Or pillows.
Is it time to get new pillows? You should replace them at least once a year.
Chris Taylor likes his
flat. I know.
Flat and dead. I've gotten 2 new pillows since he got that pillow.
Maybe it's time. Maybe his body is saying no more flat and dead. Robust and round, bitch. Okay.
That's right. Story of my life.
Hi. Since when?
Recently. No more flat and dead. Now it's robust and round.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome back to She Show Videos, where we are your hosts, Britany and Elizabeth.
And we only speak honesty and truth.
No, that's not true.
And before we get started, please subscribe to our channel. Okay, it's been the time. Follow us on all our socials.
All of them.
Download our podcast, She Show Videos After Dark. And DM us if you have some topic ideas. Because we're always looking to talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about a real life topic that somebody brought to me.
Story time.
So, do you think... Let me tell you your backstory. Okay.
I'm ready.
So this guy has a fetish. Okay? He's married to this lovely young lady.
Okay.
And this lovely young lady, not unlike you and I, has a couple of good friends.
Okay.
And she's not necessarily on board with his fetish.
Okay.
So she said to her friends, the other night when me and my husband were getting freaky deaky, he wanted to suck on my toes.
Okay.
And then one of her friends, which this gets messy, I said, that girl ain't your friend.
Uh-oh.
Went back and was like, oh, you want to suck on toes? So now he knows that they were making fun of him. Uh-huh. Do you think it's inappropriate to talk about bedroom behaviors, or your partner to talk about bedroom behaviors to friends?
So, we talk about bedroom behaviors all the time.
Duh.
Not just the two of us, but we talk to the world about it. Now, here in this space, we don't share names, so there is some level of privacy that goes along with it. In our circle of friends, I think we talk very openly.
But we're never negative or poking fun.
And also, I feel like our husbands pretty well know. So to me, this is all about transparency. Like, we don't pretend that we go out and don't talk about fucking. I feel like our husbands know that when we get together, a large portion of our conversation is about their peens. Okay, collectively.
We don't necessarily say like this person. We're never negative talking.
It's just what's going on in your life. Here's the story. Here's what happened. This is what we tried. This is what's pissing me off. This is what's working. Have you tried this? Like, it's way more at the risk of sounding like super corporate-y, but it's like a collaboration. I'm like, what are you trying? What's working? Like, help me out. We do bring it back because I know one of our friends we have said before, like in front of, but her husband he already knows and he's open about it. Chris Taylor knows we're talking about it. He knows.
He's been known for decades.
So I have a question about whether, like, why does her husband think she's not talking about it? And secondly, this girl is not her friend. I would never take some information that Banana gave to me and then DM her husband and be like, hey, I heard you were into that. Sounds suggestive and a little bit too flirty for me.
So
Put her on the list.
I said the same thing. She's not your friend. And she said it in front of him in mixed. No. So I said
she was being messy.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. And she was like, she was just drinking. I was like, at no point am I telling secrets from my friends, even when I'm drinking. I could be sloppy drunk, falling down, throwing up on beds. And
that was one time.
And still never tell one secret. Okay?
I agree. Especially in front of other people who you aren't close with.
Exactly. Mixed company.
Being drunk has never been an excuse. Even when we were young and we were doing dumb shit, you can't use that as an excuse for a character flaw.
Yeah.
No.
So that's my first thing. Secondly, I do think men know that we talk about it. It would be silly.
If you don't know,
it would be silly to think that we didn't talk about it. Yeah.
We do.
It would just be silly. This is part of our lives, okay?
Sex is a big part of everyone's life. And it's not always just sex that we're talking about. It's your actions, your words.
Intimacy.
It's all the things collectively, so.
But even on this channel, I think that we make it a point to never like shame or say that's bad or like something like that. It's always in like an inquisitive, like if your husband likes to suck toes, why? Like tell me, like, do you like when he does it? It's never like, ew, that's gross. And I also feel like if your friends are saying, ew, that's gross, then are they really friends? Because I'd be like, if it works for y'all, it works for y'all. Okay, don't bring it to my house, but it works for y'all.
And I will say, like, sometimes my gut reaction is, ew, that's gross. Like, even with the panty sniffing thing. But once I get that initial opinion out, then I'm like, well, hold on. And even on this channel, I'm like, let me set the scene, though, because actually there are some details that could sway me here. And that's where the conversation can't just stop. It can't just be, ew, no, move on. You can start with the ew, no, but then you better say, what did you say, right? Or my question in this situation is, did she know about his fetish before they entered into a relationship? Was this a non-deal breaker? Like, there's other questions.
He apparently had the fetish. He had the kink before they entered into the relationship. And it just has been budding is what I think the term that he used for.
Okay.
So she likes to get, yes. So she likes to get foot massages, okay?
This sounds like a match.
That's what I said. I was like, okay. She was like, and I was fine there. And I was like, okay. So then he started, doing the extra stuff, licking. And then it was like, we're drunk, inhibitions are, and then he was like, I'm putting your foot in my mouth and I'm sucking them toes. And then she was like, that's when it got weird because I wasn't ready for it. And I was like, this is the thing though. Yeah. I said, if it got him where he needed to be, then sometimes you got to take one for the team and say, that's what.
I agree. This was a deal breaker we talked about, right?
That's one that's easy. Plop them in and let's get this party started.
You could even go to sleep if you were like not into
a foot job. But there's a caveat to this too. Because now he thinks that she's talking about it to everyone. Which I told him he's going to have to get over it. Chicks talk. We talk about dicks.
We do talk.
Chicks talk about dicks. Okay? He said that now he's kind of like regressing back and they're basically not having sex as much as they did. And she was like, it's one time because he has a fetish that he's trying to explore with her and she's not letting him explore. And now he's like, I don't want to try something new every time. And then she go to her friends and yap about something that we tried.
She's going to yap about it.
That's what I said. You got to get over that.
I agree. I do think the friend, it sounds like her intentions were maybe not nice. I don't know. I think that's probably not her friend. But they're going to have to talk about it. We say this all the time. Communication is key because what's going to happen is if this truly is a thing for him, there's going to become resentment and then they're not having sex. So if it's going to become emotionally damaging if they don't figure out the sexual piece to it, I think.
It seems like resentment has set in because he joked about if she looked at my search history, it would be all feet. And she was like, that's weird because we haven't had sex in like 2 weeks. And he was like, well, my search history was from like yesterday and it was foot-based.
So they're going to have to find a happy medium. Marriage, relationships, life is about compromise. So you're going to have to talk about it and you're going to have to find a middle ground. And sometimes it's taking one for the team.
In my eyes, and I don't know if it's just because I am more sexually adventurous, but in my eyes, I was like, a foot fetish is
it's extremely common.
Yeah, least aggressive fetish that there is out there. Like,
it's very mainstream.
BDSM could be worse. He could have some sort of
That broken shoulder.
anal fixation where he likes the back door. He could be into like group things. I'm like, if he wants to suck on your toes, let him supple on them toes.
Right, you still have his full attention, his full commitment, like all of these things. It's not painful for you. So I do think, again, it's about, sometimes change is uncomfortable. So if it's new, sure, you feel weird the first few times because you're uncomfortable. But if you don't keep flexing that muscle and like trying it out, then you're never going to get where you're trying to go.
I agree. So I hope you two are watching, and also try not to make me feel uncomfortable in public again. I appreciate you.
Oh my God, we gotta go.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Oh man, a whole foot though? That sounds like a big old mouth.
Well, he seemed like he might not have wanted to start the conversation, but she did.
Oh God.
And we went through all the stages.